And the details of U.S. President Trump's 21-point plan to end the war and release all the hostages has been revealed. ILTV's Calev Ben-David, host of Security Brief, joins us now with all the details. Calev, so last week you were in the studio talking to us about what we knew so far, but now the full plan has been revealed. What can you tell us? Well,
listen, there are some points that are, I think, good for Israel and useful for Prime Minister Netanyahu, but others that are going to be quite problematic for him. For example, we have a more sense of some of the timelines of things. For example, we know that all 48 hostages are going to be released in one shot. That was the intention of the plan. Now apparently in one of the points, within 48 hours of Israel publicly accepting the deal, all living and deceased hostages will be returned. So there's a definite timeline within 48 hours of Israel publicly accepting the deal, and that's good news. However, there are some other issues that are more problematic. For example, Prime Minister Netanyahu has made clear that he does not want to see the Palestinian Authority involved in any way. And one of the points mentioned specifically that the Palestinian Authority, after it goes a period of reform, will be involved in the governance of the Gaza Strip. The problem is it doesn't really specify what that reform is, what that timeline is, and just the mention of the Palestinian Authority there is going to be problematic for the Prime Minister. Even more problematic is for the Prime Minister is the fact that it talks about renewing a peace process, basically, and it says the conditions may be in place for the talks will involve a credible pathway to Palestinian statehood, which is recognized by the aspiration of the Palestinian people. Again, Prime Minister Netanyahu, in his UN speech just the other day, said made an outright rejection of Palestinian statehood, and this plan has a specific mention of Palestinian statehood as at least an eventual goal. With this also problematic, and that maybe the point people should really focus on that could be the most is a point that says if Hamas delays or rejects this proposal, the above points will proceed in terror-free areas, which the IDF will gradually hold over to the International Mobilization Force of Arab and Muslim states. Basically, that's saying even if Hamas rejects the deal now, it should proceed forward in at least those areas which the IDF has basically fully taken over. So it doesn't give an out for Prime Minister Netanyahu to say, well, we can't move forward on this because Hamas rejects it.
So very interesting new information coming to light. Of course, we'll have to wait until the meeting between Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Trump at the White House tomorrow. But it certainly seems like there's going to be quite a few red lines for Israel with this plan. Absolutely. And we're just going to see from their comments how much latitude, at least on time-wise, President Trump is willing to give to Prime Minister Netanyahu. All right. Calev, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.